What's going on, everybody? My name is CD, and today we're going to be talking about the easiest way to win a Warzone game. So this may not be everybody's ideal, everybody gets 20 kills, high kill gameplay. This is just literally putting yourself and your team in the best position to get first place. So we're going to start from the beginning here, contracts. So there are contracts in Warzone. I believe there are 3 different types. One is scavenger, where once you pick up the contract, there are usually 3 different kind of special boxes that you can open that usually have better guns, cash, stuff like that in them. And then once you open all 3 of them, your team gets some sort of bonus cash. In my opinion, these are probably the worst contracts. They are really good for when you die, you go to the gulag, you win your gulag, and then you come back, but you don't have a loadout drop to land on, you don't have a team to land on. Where the heck do you go that already hasn't been looted? Find one of these scavenger contracts if you can, and that'll kind of help you get back into the gameplay a little bit faster so you don't have to have a pistol and like some dumb shotgun for a while. The next contract is the bounty, which is like the little crosshair symbol. This one is really good when you are hunting kills. If you and your team are really looking for kills, you're not sure where people are, you don't have UAVs, find one of these bounties. It'll tell you where a team close to you is. Now, I don't know if it's the closest team to you, but it's usually in your proximity. And then as you get closer and closer to them, the area that they could be in gets smaller and smaller until you can kind of lock down the building or wherever they may be to get into that gunfight quicker. These ones are kind of fun, but a lot of times they do get you killed because you are just pushing towards a fight. You're just making that fight happen. And then finally, the third contract, I don't know exactly what it's called, but it's like capture the point, capture the flag, whatever it may be. These ones at first seem dumb. Why would you ever just grab this contract to just go cap a flag and get some money? Where the other ones, you can get a kill, get some money, or get a bunch of loot boxes that could have other stuff in them and some money. Until I realized that once you complete these capture contracts, you also get to see the next zone early. And on top of that, this stacks. So if you complete a few of these capture contracts in a row, you can continuously see the next and the next and the next zone. And this is really my tip for the easiest way to get a Warzone win. Now, it's not going to work every time. I do believe there are people that try and do this every time, so you may actually be fighting against other teams trying to do the same strategy, but it's an interesting, different way of going about Warzone. So basically what you're going to want to do is when you're in the plane at the very beginning of the game, you're going to want to look at your map and see where are the most flags, where are the most capture contracts in a small area. Now, usually these are in the bigger zones. So let's say downtown, quarry, military base, something like that usually has around 3 or 4 of them. If you can find 3 or 4 in a close area, that's a good spot to go. Now, you also want to make sure that the area you're going is inside that first circle. So when you're in that plane, you can see the first circle right off the bat. So you don't want to fly to the opposite side of the map, because I have noticed that these flags do tend to point towards the zone. So you don't want to be running all over the place to try and cap these, because that's going to slow you down. You're going to be able to cap less of these flags in a smaller amount of time. And that could really be the difference of hiding in some sort of building in the very final zone, or you getting stuck out in the field in the final zone and dying second, third place, something like that. So what you're going to want to do is cap these flags as quickly as possible so you can get maybe 3 or even 4 or more circles into the future. And then once you have that, your team will probably have a good amount of money because you've completed 3-4 contracts. Buy a loadout for your team and then head on over to the smallest circle. Pick your favorite spot there. So if it's either high ground or in some sort of big building, where when the zone does get that small, will you be safe or will you be pinched by multiple teams in that time? Because in those final zones, position is everything. The team with the better position 9 times out of 10 is going to win. That's just how Warzone works. So I really believe that this strategy of knowing where that final circle is, being able to position your team in the best spot before other teams even get there, gives yourself the best opportunity for the Warzone win. Now, this is kind of a boring strategy, you could say. At the beginning, it's pretty fast paced because other teams may be going for this, like I said, so you may actually get some good fights in at the beginning. And there may be some times when you do land in an area that has 3-4 flags, and then you've capped 1, and then other teams have grabbed the other 3. That happened to us a few times. So like I said, it does not work every time, but I do think this gives you the best opportunity of getting a first place. If you guys have enjoyed this video, if you guys try this out and actually, maybe get a win, click that like button down below. Some of you guys have not already. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you guys later.